This is a classic dead elm, and they're so few and far between around here. I wanted to show you what to look for. When an elm tree dies, it gets Dutch elm disease and the bark starts slipping on it after the first and second year. This is absolutely a classic. This could, in a good year, could literally have 10 pounds of morels under one tree. And that size of a dead elm, in Wisconsin just a week ago, I literally found like 5 pounds under a tree like that. For an elm tree, the bark, you know, you have to kind of memorize the bark. It just has some texture to it and kind of just little limbs coming off, but also the root system where it connects to the ground, they have columns or these wings come out. These, you know, you can see there's one super big wing coming out on the root system. That's one thing you can tell an elm. A couple morels come up even on a live elm, but when the elm dies, that's when they're really a good situation. The year or two after it dies is when they can really fruit. This elm there's a little bit of bark peeling on the top of it up there. It's like I said, this is not a very big elm, but that's exactly what we're looking for. That one died a year or two ago, and that's the kind of condition where the bark is just kind of slipping off a little bit.
And you're kind of looking right at its base because
the bigger the tree, the further back. Yeah. If it's a huge elm, it could be 20 feet away or more.
How much should you leave at the bottom?
Take as much stem as you can because the stem's good to eat too.
You want to see them? Yeah, move slowly, for sure.
Phew, they're way down there 60, 70 feet from the tree picking. That's how far down they go. You're finding them all the way over there, huh? Yeah, that's 80 feet from that tree and they're still... That's how far the roots go out. It's a huge dead elm. Second dead elm in Georgia that I've found morels under.
Woo, I tell you what, I'm tired.
Yeah, exactly. You hit the right tree, and there's not any bark peeling on it at all. That died last year. So
for them to die, huh?
Yeah, they get Dutch elm disease and then they die. So you got a dead elm and you got morels.
Huh.
I guarantee there's going to be a bunch under that. That's the first two that I spotted. So
there's two there?
Yeah. Second day of hunting out here in Illinois. Just spotted this dead elm. Got quite a bit of bark on the ground, so last year, the year before was probably the best year. But got a couple right here popping up. Probably a mother lode under that tree last year and the year before. You can spot it straight up that way.
It's up that way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I see it from here.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
About where I was when I found it.
Right there, man.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, right by a dead one, too.
Yeah,
Huh?
extremely.
Shit, I can
Oh.
see it from here. Nice. Who
Yeah.
found it?
She did.
Oh, my God.
right.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
Now and Thea. Oh, Thea, you go.
A couple of big gray yellows coming off of this elm that's got Dutch elm disease because it's got the sucker sprouts on it. It's not dead yet. It's totally still alive, but they will fruit on one like that too. You don't have to be totally dead. Yeah, they're too small. They're right here. There's two there and two there.
How did you see that?
There's one back over here. Because I knew they would be there.
Oh my gosh, you're so
Now those ones you could come back in 2 weeks from now, and they would be 6 to 8 inches tall.
She found 4 right here.
Four?
In a little cluster.
Yeah.
So this is a dead.
This is a dying elm. Yep.
This is?
Uh huh. That one's one there too.
So it's the bark that's telling you.
Yep. Yeah, you just have to memorize the elms, and then it's yeah.
But there's not likely to be anything around here. It's alive.
Occasionally, they'll not a mother load like this because
Wow.
Oh yeah, there's one right there.
So are they?
Oh, they really are here?
Yeah, look over here by Kofi. Oh yeah. No, I've seen them.
these red elms, Morels really love. I've never seen a dying or dead red elm in this kind of shape that didn't have morels around it. The other elms, sometimes they were, you'll go and not find them, but this one always is a guarantee. See the red coming through in the underneath part of the bark. Okay, so this is a live elm. That's beech. This is a live elm. You got a big black cherry back there, which is sometimes favorable. And then you have an elm there. You look up in the top, and there's no buds coming out. That means dead. It just died. What you got? What do you got over there?
Poppy, what do you got, baby?
There's one over there too.
Those are some big ones you found.
Wow. Hey, Gabby. Gabby.
Yeah, that one just died because it don't have any buds in the top.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why there's some there. Now this one, it probably just died last fall. It'll probably have more morels under it next year too.
Don't touch it, though.
So what is that, like 4 or 5 tops?
Point at it.
Pardon?
That
Move your
one
bang.
This one here?
more than a double.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 there. I told you what we find is going to be big ones. That's right there is what gets you hooked if you find them big ones like that.
See that one?
Yeah, he girls over there.
Yeah, there's one back in there too.
Yep.
Wow.
Now the bigger the elm tree, the further out they go. A lot of people just look right around 5 feet around. Sometimes you get spread out. Like they like to hide in thick stuff down in there too. So we got to cover it thoroughly. Sorry to spoil y'all, because this is not how it normally is. You could go 2 days of hard hunting and not run into a tree like this. So this is not the norm.
You could go years.
No, they're right here in a
Yeah,
all the way down the hill, man.
Look at all right here, and we're walking on.
We're walking in them to your right.
Yeah,
I know, I see it.
tons of 'em.
They are so cool.
Jan.
Spot back there.
Then you got another dead elm there. Still got most of the bark on it. And the biggest dead elm's on up there. Actually, both of these small ones are dead, then the biggest one's right on up there. So now you guys got a taste of the classic dead elm disease, Dutch elm disease. That's what this is. These are all elms right here. You can just drive along country roads, and right along the roads there'll be elms like that. Yeah, those are inky caps. You can take and slice them right off.
Pat, I don't have a knife. Pat,
Here you go. How'd the soup taste?
Good.
Good? Yep.